see, this is in some other areas of the city, I Street and G Street Northeast. You see we have parking on both sides of the street. In the one lane, bicyclists will share the lane with traffic. The other lane is just for bicyclists going the opposite direction. We've done these in a number of locations around the city. We have not experienced any problems with safety or an increase in crashes. This is an example of the shared lane markings which we're proposing for First Street. As you can see, it's a marking in the street. There's no physical or separated infrastructure for the bikes. It doesn't have any impact on the parking or the movement of motor vehicles. As well, we have a little example here of what we're proposing on Blair Road along the community garden. The cross-section of Blair Road would stay the same as it is today. We would be adding a shared use path, the trail, off the edge of the road, right next to the garden. So you can see right now there's a little road that is used by the gardeners for their equipment and loading materials and things like that. The trail would be in that place. People who use the garden would be able to use this with their vehicles occasionally to load and offload materials and equipment for the garden. Go to the next. Again, this is just kind of what the garden would look like from above. You can see we have the trail in yellow there coming along the edge of the garden. No impact to the garden plots themselves, just kind of formalizing what is that little dirt road there today with some pavement. Further north, this is a little bit out of, I think, the concerns right in this immediate vicinity, but if you have thoughts, we'd love to get your feedback so we can come back to First and McDonald in a little bit. But this is what we're proposing further up on Blair Road. It would be building the trail on what is currently the sidewalk through widening the sidewalk against some of the businesses there. Go to the next. And then further north on Blair Road, we get up to Van Buren and Aspen. What we'd be looking at doing is taking a lane of northbound Blair Road and converting that to the trail so that the biker trail has a physically separated space. This is something that we've done a lot of analysis on, of what the impacts would be to traffic, what the impacts would be in terms of pollution, and it's something that we think will work that without creating significant impacts. Again, this is just another overhead shot of where the trail would be along Blair Road up against the wall that holds up the railroad tracks. And then we can use this for discussion as well as just a general map of the area. If people have questions or thoughts or comments, we can take those now. We kind of go back to some of the displays as well.
Hi, my name is Vera Larry, and I live on in the 5300 block of Kansas Avenue, and they put a bike lane there, which I understand because on Kansas Avenue it's a lot of traffic and it's a lot of bikes. But what I can't understand, and I've been calling, and I'm not getting any results, that they took 2 parking spaces. I have a picture if you want to see it, but they took 2 parking spaces from us, and I've been ticketed if I park there, and it's nowhere to park. It's absolutely no. Most of the houses that are there, it's 5 houses there, and most of the houses are 2-car houses. They have 2 cars. Okay, a lot of times, we have to park across the street. I have a niece that leaves out at 5:30 in the morning. A lady refused to move her car, and it's dangerous out here that time of morning. I called. I've had a supervisor to come up. He said, well, no, what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a sign up by the mailbox, no parking. It never happened. I just called again, and they were supposed to have somebody to call me. They have yet to call me back. My question is, why would they take 2 parking spaces away when it's 5 houses out here? If you want to see a picture, I can show you a picture of what I'm talking about.
Sure, yeah. I'm not familiar with the details of that case, but I'd be happy to talk to you after the meeting.
You don't want to see that? No?
I think these folks want to talk about this
Okay,
neighborhood,
okay.
but I can talk about it as well.
Okay.
I think Mike Goodnow on my staff got that email today, because I saw it, and we can check it out. The lanes haven't changed in about 12 years, so.
Pardon me?
So we put those lanes in about 12 years ago.
No, this is, no, it's not, no.
You sure?
I've been there.
Okay.
I grew up
Okay.
in
All right. All
DC
right.
in '62, and I moved back in '94, and they weren't out there, so no, that's not true. They
Yeah.
just did that when they did the bike lane.
Okay, we can look at it.
Okay, thank
There's
you.
another question in the back. Oh, yes, you, yes.
When you say you're gonna move further down Blair Road with no impact to traffic, exactly what are you gonna do with the traffic? Because everything that's happening in this neighborhood is having an impact on traffic. I don't care where you go. So if you're gonna change Blair Road from a 2-lane road to a 1-lane road, and I mean, anybody who lives in this area, anywhere in this area knows what a bottleneck we have. What a bottleneck we have, period. When you say no impact on traffic, that says to me that you should have done something with traffic. What are you gonna do about the traffic? And we already have, the same problems that we've been warning folks against, they're here. We're already living with that. So then what do you do with that traffic? What are you going to do with it? Because it's already had an impact.
Sure. I think one of the things about Blair Road is that as you go further north, it becomes a 2-lane road already.
Yes.
North of Aspen. Yeah. So the impact is there. Maybe I should not say there will be no impact. But where you have the convergence down to 2 lanes will simply be at a location further south, closer to about Quackenboss, I think. So as far as additional congestion and things like that, it doesn't have a. We think at this point, based on what we've studied, have a major difference between what it's going to look like now, whether we remove the lane of traffic or not, and what it'll look like in 10 years as far as the traffic congestion goes.
Okay, so if I'm hearing you correctly, I'm being very serious about this, because I've been dealing with this bike trail stuff for many, many years. If I'm hearing you correctly, I'm not hearing, I heard scenarios, but I haven't heard of possible rerouting that's going to work. And to me, if you're in the design phase, you want to be able to give us more information on how traffic is going to be rerouted to minimize the impact. We should know that.
Right.
That's important.
So we, at other meetings, we've talked more about the traffic impact. We have a big study on the traffic impact on Blair Road, and we can get into more details on that. We were told tonight we just wanted, the instructions in the directions we got from the councilor's office was we wanted to talk about from Oglethorpe to Riggs. So we can get more into detail either tonight or at another meeting or one-on-one, phone call, whatever on the traffic analysis, because we do have a pretty robust traffic analysis. But, the basic concepts that Mike pointed out, right, it already goes down from 2 lanes to 1 lane at Aspen. This is gonna make that happen a little sooner. There will be a little impact on traffic, but everyone's gotta get into one eventually, so this is gonna be just further back. That's the short story. The long story is we have a lot of modeling, a lot of detail we can go into. And that, and frankly, at the end of the day, this is the policy decision that we're making as a city, that this is where the trail needs to go along Blair. Now we're having more conversations tonight about where it can go in this immediate area where I'm standing tonight.
Please, thank you. So first of all, let me start by saying, the last meeting you told me we were supposed to talk about a narrow scope of the project, and you were gonna come back and have another meeting that would provide us enough information to make decisions about what's going to happen. So you've not done that, okay?
We were invited here by the councilman and by the church to talk about the alignment between Oglethorpe and Riggs, and we can talk about Blair, and we have lots more information.
You can talk about the whole project. My point
We
is,
can,
we
yeah.
invited you, South Manor Neighborhood Association has also invited you to meetings to which you do not come.
We attended the South neighborhood.
You did one meeting.
Yeah, we did, and we'd be happy to come to another
We've
one.
been trying to
Not
get you
since
back.
the meeting.
Okay,
Here.
I haven't seen another invitation since then, but we'd be
So
happy
let
to
me
come
answer
back.
my question. We can't make a decision as a community you not providing us a full scope.
Mhm.
So to say that you've been invited or not been back or what have you, we've never seen the full scope. And for you to be in the design phase, that implies to me that decisions are being made. Yet you've never come back to us. And if I remember correctly, approximately 95% of what you just presented, you presented at the last meeting. So what I hear as being different are that you're gonna put some stoplights out here and some more speed humps on a street that already has speed humps and already has a traffic problem. That's obviously not a sufficient solution. So I still want to know what you're proposing that we have a role in deciding, because you've made your decisions, and I have 3 kids and plenty to do. So if your decisions are made, I
Okay,
need to know that.
let's break it down just a little bit. You're right on many points there. So let's break it down between north of Oglethorpe and south of Oglethorpe for this purposes of this discussion. So for between Riggs and Oglethorpe, we do have a design. We are in design. Well, we're in design for the whole thing, but we do have a design for that area. We've also had a request to look at other alignments in that area specifically by this immediate community. So, and what we're saying, we said before, and we're saying again tonight, and we have a little bit more detail, is we want to make the design that we're working on now, the current design, the current alignment that's been approved legally, procedurally by the federal and local agencies. We want to make that as good as possible. In other words, we want to address any traffic calming, wrong way driving, neighborhood impacts, and those are the couple of new slides that we showed you, based on what we heard last time. We also have an interest in changing that alignment, taking it completely off the street, putting it back in the woods, building a tunnel, building a bridge. We can look at that, but that will be years. To take a couple of years for the study, another year for design, another year for construction, best case scenario. So we want to try to work with you to have like an interim solution, as well as another long-term solution that will involve this additional study with our colleagues of the Park Service.
Follow-up question, Ms. Powell, to begin. Okay, so we already have a problem with people driving on the wrong side of the street. We already have a problem, with or without a bike trail. We have communicated to DDOT for years about some of the problems that other changes in the street configurations have created.